Alright, we are back. I have to turn my controller back on. We are back with Demon Souls. This may be the last level that we go through. Or, no. Okay, let's start over. Welcome back to Let's Play Demon Souls. Last time we started 1-4, our final stage. And this time, we're going to have to outrun a dragon's fire breath. A lot easier said than done. Yeah, this is pretty stinking dangerous. But I think this is possibly the way that you do it. Okay, yeah, that's the way that you do it. Whew! See, usually what I believe the way to do it is that you wait until the second thing of breath completes, or at least it's out of your way, and then you run like hell and stick to the right to avoid the third spout of fire breath. And if all goes well, I believe you should make it through safely, and then you just run to cover. If you want to skip this area, not even bother killing the blue dragon, you don't really have to kill it. It doesn't give you anything special if you do kill it, aside from a demon soul, which isn't even really worth that many souls. Yeah, I don't know, just what I'm saying is, you don't have to do this, but I'm gonna show it off for the sake of the fact that, you know, in this LP I'm trying to show off as much fancy stuff as I can, so I'm going to do my best to do that job. So anyways, right here, we actually have a nice lock-on point, so we can actually just shoot at the dragon's head. And it seems like it isn't really that pissed off at us, so we can just kind of pelt it and it won't really react too much. It does sway its head, so you may miss a few shots, but really you just have to keep on pelting with arrows, and you know, with time and patience, I guess that's the way to do it. Did we get it? We got it. Whew! That took forever. Okay, it's not the red flying dragon that's the problem, it's the friggin' blue dragon that takes forever to kill. Let's check that out. This one I believe. Large flame scale, demon soul, the blue flying dragon, and holds large number of souls. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, same thing as the red flying dragon's demon soul, except I think this one gives you some more souls. And I actually just did that whole thing without wearing any clothes, so that's a fun little tidbit. I'm sure you all love to know. But yeah, so now that the way is clear, number one, since that dragon doesn't respawn, we don't have to worry about it, you know, making this particular part even harder. And the other thing is that we can take all this loot down here. Did I miss something? I don't know. Because we already had that ring of great strength. I don't know. I think maybe it's only when Bjor's here, but I think this is one of the places in which people like to, you know, make the theory that the other Twin Fang Valorfax, this is actually where he died. This is his resting place. I don't know for sure. Another popular one is that he died by being killed by Executioner Meralda upon re-entering the Boletarian Palace, because you can actually find a corpse down there that has the full brushwood armor set on it. But I think it's been confirmed that that's not completely exclusive to the twin blades, or whatever they're called. And I don't know. It's just I can't explain it for sure. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's more backstory stuff I may explain later when I talk about the Demon Souls Compendium. But yeah, let's talk to Ostrava. He looks pretty down in the dumps.
Oh, it's you, is it? My father is up above. Well, what's left of him anyway. he's transformed into a fiendish demon. I began this quest in a search for truth, but it seems I was a fool to even try. Please, kill my father. In his degenerated state, he can only bring peril to the lands. This key fits the Boletarian Mausoleum. Inside the mausoleum are my father's two swords, Soulbrand and Demonbrandt. Use them to bring an end to this madness.
And then Ostrava dies. And he was only worth 550 souls. What a ripoff. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that's the end of Ostrava. I guess he just couldn't take the realization that his father was a demon, and well, you don't really see it, but I imagine he commits suicide unless he just dies from the grief, which would be kind of weird. I don't know. Anyways, right here, actually immediately after he dies, this guy spawns right here. He is the Black Phantom Ostrava. And a fun thing to do is to push him off the cliff. Another fun thing to do is to equip your Dark Silver Shield so you don't take magic damage from him. That's a pretty good idea right there. To those wandering minds. Anyways. Oh crap. Ah! I do not have enough magic for that stuff. That stuff right there. Oh god. I'm gonna be so humiliated if I die to Ostrava. This is really not a very tough Black Phantom fight. Although it is one of the cooler ones. This is probably my favorite Black Phantom fight in the game. Not even as far as, you know, story goes. It's not a very moving battle. There's no music, nothing like that. There's just kind of the ambience of this huge, empty hallway, you know, kind of culminating in the final boss fight. Or what I like to call the final boss fight. It's not really the final boss fight, but you know, you're fighting Ostrava, the son of King Allant, and he's pretty much kind of like his Black Phantom is defending his corrupt father's throne. I don't know. I just like the idea of that. I think it's kind of a cool setup for the final battle. Actually, though, we are going to get out of this place because before we fight False King Allant, we have some things to take care of. You heard Ostrava mention before he died that he was going to give us the key to the Boletarian Mausoleum, or the Boletarian Mausoleum. Basically, that place has the sword Demonbrandt in it, which is sort of like one of the legendary swords of Boletaria. It more or less is going to help us to defeat King Allant, so that's just kind of the whole thing with that. So I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna return to the Nexus so that we can number one, level up, number two, go back to 1-1, because the mausoleum is actually that area that I mentioned to you guys that we can't go to, or we couldn't go to when we were first starting out the game, because the Red-Eye Knight back there would have murdered us at that point in the game. But we're going to actually go down there now after we finish leveling up, and we are going to take on Old King Doran, who is a pretty manly guy.
Thou seekest soul power, dost thou not?
It's one of the cooler guys in the game.
Then touch the demon inside me. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
20.
So the world might be mended.
Ah, can't go get that. Alright.
Art thou made
I don't know, I just feel like upgrading everything as close to 20 as it can be. I'm just so... with my past few playthroughs of Demon Souls, I've just been very, you know... I've been sticking with the, you know, just... Get as even of a character build as you can, and then you can just kind of, you know, work with that as you want to. Oh, we need 30,000 now. Yeah, as you level up, you need more and more souls in order to level up, you know, compared to the last time you leveled up, so... Takes a bit of doing. I think we're only going to bother with this one level up. We'll just get strength up to 20, I guess.
Soul Soul of the lost.
And then we have
Art thou
endurance at 18, and we have intelligence at 14, so... I don't know. It's not too shabby. It could be a little bit better, but... for what it is, it's not bad. Anyways, I'm going to do some inventory management really quickly before we continue on. So, just bear with me here. I actually just realized that we never used the Storm Demon Soul, and we've already killed, Saint Urbane, so we can't get that spell we were gonna get from him. Oh well. No, it happens. And then the Mixed Demon Soul, I believe all you can get with that is this dagger-type weapon, which I actually have in my other file, so I'll show that off. Maybe I'll just eat all these souls. No reason to keep them lying around, you know. Don't want them to go bad. I don't know. I'm crazy. Yeah, alright, let's go on ahead and use up the rest of these demon souls, since we don't really have any use to them this far in the game. You know, we've killed off both of these spell teaching dudes. We can't really get up enough ore to craft any of those fancy weapons. You know, the best thing we can do is just use up all of our souls, and we'll level up as much as we can. Actually, this is gonna give us a good few levels up. I'd say maybe 3, 4, something like that. Intelligence. Alright. So everything's at 20 except for intelligence. I guess that makes sense, you know. The Horror's a pretty well-rounded guy, but he isn't too smart. I don't know. Anyways, going to 1-1 now. Here we go. Alright, heading back through this area. Just going ahead and kill that Blue-Eye Knight like he's nothing. Yeah, pretty much at this point, 1-1 is a cinch. Even if we get hit, we can... At this point in the game, even though, you know, at pretty much any other point in the game, throwing your caution to the wind isn't suggested. By this point, at least 1-1, you can go through without worrying about getting killed too much. Come New Game Plus, you do have to still worry about even 1-1 killing you, but still, for now, we're quite well prepared for anything that could come our way. Although the Red Eye Knight, he can still do some pretty decent damage. Actually, I don't know for sure, but I'm not going to find out. Hopefully. There we go. Yeah. Regardless of how much damage he does, he goes down pretty easily by this point. Especially with the Blue Blood Sword. I'm so happy we got to use the Blue Blood Sword. I'm glad we finally got that working. So that was going to be disappointing if I didn't get to use it at least a little bit before the end of the game. So.
Thou who seeketh the king's sword.
That'd be me.
I am the old king. Show me thine strength, and the strength of thine souls.
I don't know why he's so corny and hammy, but I really enjoy Old King Doran's dialogue. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Prepare thyself, brave knight.
Alright. I am prepared. Okay. Maybe I'm not prepared. Yeah, Old King Doran is a tough cookie. He does a crop load of damage. If he hits you once with that thing, he's actually using
Thou dost
northern...
well to impress one such as me, young knight.
Okay. Give me a
I
sec.
am Old King Doran, and thou hast proven thine strength to me.
With 2 backstabs.
Go forth, and take the king's sword in thine hand.
I'm having an off day, and you just stabbed me through the back twice. Your sword came out of my chest. I need a day off. But anyways, as I was saying, he actually wields the Northern Reginald, which is a combination of Demonbrandt and Soulbrandt. I believe that's what it is anyways. You can kind of see it's more, it's... I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's kind of light on the top, dark on the bottom. I don't know if that's just the shading effect, but I'm pretty sure it's just, you know, a combination of Demonbrandt and Soulbrandt. Anyways, Demonbrandt, right here. It is a quite fancy weapon. If we equip it, it's one of the heavier set swords, but it's not an extra heavy sword. It's more just along the lines of, I guess, say a claymore. It's more suited to two-hand use, I guess. I personally I did use this on my first playthrough, but once I discovered the amazingness of the Blue Blood Sword, I kind of abandoned this thing. Primarily because the Blue Blood Sword just allows for more mobility, and while the Demonbrandt is good, it requires you to be at pure white character tendency to use to its fullest extent, which I think is like 500, or maybe not 544 damage. It's quite a bit of damage. But yeah, as you can see, since we're pretty close to pure black character tendency, it doesn't really do much damage at all, actually. You have to be at pure white or pure white, I guess, to get the most use out of it. But we're gonna stick with the Blue Blood Sword. I think what I was thinking of is if you have the Northern Reginald and you have either pure white or pure black character tendency, you can get 544 damage regardless of what your stats are like. So that's just kind of nice if you want a just nice constant rate for the damage that sword does, because it'll suit your fancy for quite a good while, and it'll do a crap load of damage for every single hit that you get off with it. So, anyways, there is one last thing with Old King Doran. You can actually push him all the way out of here and all the way into that chamber we were at before, and pretty much kill him without even pissing him off. Now granted, if you do end up hitting him, he will get very pissy at you and he will try and kill you, but the interesting thing is he only wants to fight you in this certain area. Like, once you get him through this room of this tower, he more or less refuses to fight you. He just tries to get back to his usual place, his usual hangout back here. Whoops. Come on, man. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing this for a while, and once I'm done, I will get back with you guys. There we go. Alright, so right about at this point is where Old King Doran will actually stop chasing you. He will continue to try to get back to this point, and if you haven't pissed him off by this point, which we haven't, he'll just continue all the way back to where he usually stands, and he'll just kind of sit there until you actually try and kill him or something like that. But yeah, if we can just keep this going for a little while, we can bring him all the way over to the other side of the stage, and if we do piss him off from this point forward, he won't attack us. He'll actually just sort of stand there and take it. There we go.
I am the Old King. Darest thou to challenge me? Very well.
Very well.
May thou be determined from the depths of thine heart, else thou shalt fail. May fate be with thee.
Yes, yes, yes. We're getting very close now. I did this once before, and it was a little bit disappointing, because usually there's supposed to be this very loud "no" type scream. You know, there's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom, but we didn't hear it last time, so maybe this time we'll hear it. Oh, he just plummeted down himself. Ah, still no screaming. I am disappointed. Huh. Well, either way, that is the quick way to... Well, no, not the quick way. The safe way to take care of Old King Doran. And, it's a pretty comedic way to take him down. It's not very honorable, and it doesn't really, you know, fit along with my whole honor system thing as far as playing Demon Souls goes, but I don't know. I think we could have taken him on. I just felt like showing off a rather unique way of taking down Old King Doran. Anyways, we got the... Oh, I forgot to kill you guys. But anyways, we now have the Ancient King's armor set, which is not too bad. It looks pretty fancy. It actually looks cooler on our character. It doesn't look quite as cool on a normal character, but it looks cool on us because we have blue skin. So it kind of fits in with the armor design almost, with that sort of pale blue color. If you were... get out of here. If you were playing as just a normally skinned character, then they'd probably just have, like, pale white skin. Like my main character, he has pale white skin, and it doesn't really fit in with this armor at all. He looks kind of silly wearing it. And in general, you just kind of look silly wearing it. You look like the Burger King guy if he were in a fantasy game. Which, now I think about it, is actually pretty awesome. But, yeah, that's the Ancient King's armor. We also got a ring from Old King Doran. And that ring is the Eternal Warrior's ring, which raises our stamina recovery rate. So basically, we gain our stamina back more quickly, which is a pretty nice little perk there for that ring. And that's the only way to get any of that stuff, is by killing Old King Doran. The thing about that is that it actually puts your world tendency down to neutral immediately. So when we come back here, we'll be at completely neutral soul tendency. So yeah, or if not a little bit below it. No, I think we're pretty much just neutral. Anyways, yeah, that's done. So I'm gonna go on ahead and put his armor away. We're not gonna be wielding that stuff. If anything, I don't think we're even going to be using the Demonbrandt. I just wanted to show off collecting it. And then in the bonus video, when I'll be showing off all of the weapons, or at least most of the weapons we didn't get on this playthrough, I'll show off the Northern Regalia. I don't know. I can't pronounce it today. Hey, he died from falling damage. It's actually pretty rare to happen to me. I don't usually have him die from falling damage. Alright. We've done pretty much everything we need to do in the Boletarian Palace. All we have left is to take on the final boss, False King Allant. Let's go on ahead in here. We actually operate this mechanism by pulling this lever. In the background you can see some of the slave soldiers actually working this mechanism. Something strange though, if I can place my finger on it. I remember something. See, right here you can see these sort of rungs, and you would think that they would connect. Oh wait, never mind. I always thought that this was the only gear there, but I actually looked a tiny bit lower, and there is a second gear, and I'd imagine a third gear down the other way, which connect there. I don't know. Anyways, that's enough worrying about that stuff. At the top, we have one final gate. Here is actually not a bad place to cast any enchantments you're going to use for the fight, but just make sure that you go through the fog door before that gate closes. So. That's Old King Allant. Here he comes. Yeah, if you thought he was going to be a big hulking guy, you would be way wrong. This guy is fast and he is angry. He dashes right at you, he slashes like a madman. He has combos. That attack actually sucks your soul out, and it wastes an entire soul level, so if you get hit by that, you're screwed. You know, for the battle, and also just, it's a whole soul level you would have lost there, so you definitely want to avoid that as much as you possibly can. Oh, this. Two things you can do. First thing is you can run away. The other thing is you can run straight for him and attack him before he can pull off the animation. It is actually a pretty extended animation. It takes a while to finish off, so you can interrupt him. There's plenty of time to do so. Anyways, yeah, so he does have these shockwave attacks he has. Oh boy. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to retreat. Thing is, he keeps dashing at me, which makes it tough to avoid him, and I don't want to turn my back on him for a second. Because you know what happens when you turn your back on any enemy for even just a second. Anyways, alright, I'll show you the effect of this if he pulls it off. Giant shockwave right there, and it's pretty dangerous. Oh god. Ah! I forgot he can turn on a dime and smack you regardless of where you are. Yeah. Oh! Oh man! Damn it. I didn't think he could hit me. God, yeah, so that's the thing about Old King Allant. He's very, very mobile. I could have planned that quite a bit better. That was pretty bad. Oof. Fell on my back. That must have hurt. It's gonna be sore in the morning. Oh, we got another crescent axe. That's pretty nice. Or do we have? Oh no, we didn't actually have a crescent axe before. That was actually a rare drop. We just got a crescent axe from that fat official. It's pretty snazzy. I've never actually used the crescent axe myself. In fact, I don't know if my main character has this on his file. He may. I couldn't say for sure though. Anyways, we're not really going to be using it because it's not the best weapon for our loadout to be using. We're gonna stick with the blue blood sword and keep trying for that. So, anyways, this is nice in a way because I was kind of staring at these cogs the whole video. I was just kind of trying to answer a question for myself, and I ended up doing so. So that was worth it. But this time, let's take a look at the scenery outside of the castle, because if you look back this way, you can actually see outside some of these windows. You just see everything, the landscape behind the Boletarian Palace. See, this is pretty much the highest point. Alright, let's use that. Let's get this in here so we don't have to worry about that immediately. And let's go in. Or, oops. Now let's go in.